All right, so for question number 3, we're going to get into problems that are a little more difficult. We're going to have to create an inequality, then solve it, then graph on the number lines. We're going to have to do all of the parts of figuring out how the inequality can represent this given situation. So let's just start by reading through the problem. Joanna's parents give her $10 per week for lunch. She's got $10 a week for lunch money. She cannot decide whether she wants to buy or pack her lunch. If a hot lunch at school costs $2, write and solve an inequality to find the maximum number of times per week. So we're trying to find the maximum number of times per week that Joanna can buy her lunch. So in this case, I know that I'm going to have the school lunch, which will be $2 a week, right? Or $2 per time. And we want to know the number of times that Joanna can pack her lunch. So let's use T for the number of times. So we would have to, first of all, give our variable. So if T represents, I'm just going to write this in shorthand for right now, the number of times she can buy a lunch. So if T equals the number of, represents the number of times that she can buy a lunch, then $2 times that many number of times should be less than or equal to $10. And how I got that is I want to make sure that for however many times I can buy my lunch, I need to make sure that it's less than or equal to $10, because $10 would be spending all of what I've got, but I can spend that full $10. So 2T should be less than or equal to 10. And to figure out, then of course, so there would be our equation, or sorry, there would be our inequality, and now we need to solve it. So just like we would with an equation, we're going to get T by itself by dividing both sides by 2 here. So 2 divided by 2 is nothing, so T is less than, should be less than or equal to $5. And if I were to write this out with a text box, or if I write it out on paper, I would say that Joanna can buy her lunch a maximum number of 5 times a week. There you go. So remember, when you're looking through these, you need to find your information, define your variable, create an inequality that shows the entire situation, and then you're going to need to solve that inequality by balancing it, and that will give you your answer. All right, there you go. We got one more to try before you start on your own. Check it out.